Hi, welcome to another episode of Atkins Diet Quick Hits. My name is, of course, Kent Altena, and today's episode I'm going to deal with a topic I get quite often. It's probably the second most frequently asked question of mine, and it has to do with how to respond to a cheat situation in which you've already cheated and now you've came back to low carb and asking how do I get back on the wagon. And this question is more specifically for the unplanned cheat situations rather than the planned cheat situations. You know, some people need those cheat days and they plan those in. On this day, this month, I'm going to eat off the plan. I'm going to eat what I used to eat, and then following that day, I'm going to get immediately back on the diet. I'm not going to discuss those things. There's a whole, heated topics regarding that. These are the unplanned cheat situations, and there's two specific camps in which I'm going to deal with, and the response differs between which type of situation you're in. But first, the question: I don't know what to do. This has never happened before in the 1 month, but something came over me and I binged on bread and dried fruit. How long will it take me to get back into ketosis? I really feel like quitting. I'm contacting you because I watch you religiously. What do I do now? And first, I'd like to thank this person for the comment and remind them, this is a way of living. One cheat day does not skew the whole result. So the whole important thing is learning from what you did today and going on from there. First answer is it'll probably take 2 to 3 days for you to get back into ketosis, depending upon how long you were off, how long you were doing this binging activity. It can take up to 3 days to get the first 300 grams of glycogen back out of the muscles. Really, I'd take the unplanned cheating into two different scenarios. One, you failure to plan. You got yourself into a situation in which you failed to plan, failed to bring along the correct foods. You got yourself into a conference in which there was nothing legal around you, and you decided as a reaction to that situation to make the conscious decision to be off the diet for the day and eat what is at the conference. It was, as opposed to the second scenario, which I'll deal with in just a bit, it wasn't a succumbing to temptation. It was a logical decision based upon a situation in which you failed to plan for. In that sort of scenario, I would take the opportunity to do the 2 to 3 days of a clean induction to get you back into ketosis, and then learning that lesson to what the consequence of not planning is, i.e. the yuckiness, the grogginess of cheating. In that sort of way, it's a lot like the planned cheat day in which you've made a conscious decision rather than an unplanned cheat day or a temptation, succumbing to temptation, in the fact that you made a decision and now you just simply have to deal with the consequences. The second type of situation in which you went out to eat or made something at home and you decided, even though you had full well access to foods that were within the plan, you decided to go off the plan due to the result of a craving or temptation. The craving or temptation you thought was just too much for today and you succumbed to it. At that point, I would take the opportunity to go once again back to induction for the 2 to 3 days to get you back into ketosis, and then potentially learning the lesson on why you binged. Had you progressed to the ongoing weight loss phase? Did you feel that you were in a food eating rut in which you somewhat resented the lack of food choice or food selection that you might have had? Was it a failure to plan for a certain situation, or was it a result of stress in your diet, as in you were eating due to emotional issues? Figure out why you binged and then learn from those lessons. In this sort of situation, I might even recommend you do the full 14 days of induction over again. So once again, that you can see what cravings and fight back the cravings over a certain period of time, seeing the appetite suppression of the induction phase, and then progress from there, taking into account all the lessons you had. If it was that you were in a food rut, perhaps you need to go out to the recipe sites or progress on to the ongoing weight loss phase to add some new foods back into the diet. Maybe you want to see the melons. Maybe that would help you prevent that chocolate craving from being such a monster. At that point, once you get your food eating under control and the cravings under control, then you can progress on and, like I said, learn from those issues. In the meantime, you might see some of the effects of the cheating, which are headaches, grogginess, bloated stomach, and a general overall yuckiness, kind of the induction flu all over again in reverse. Take that into account the next time you might be feeling that you want to succumb to that craving or temptation for an unplanned cheat, and maybe that will help you stave off those cravings. Well, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments section. I'm more than willing to answer any and all that I can. And good day.